Hello folks, this is R Vermil 47, Robert Vermillion, coming to you from Dallas, Texas. Today is Monday, March the 26th, 2012. I am making this video at 11:15 a.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. Um, I've never showed you this before. This is the neutron count that arrive at certain places on Earth. We have monitors around, and like here's the South Pole. A lot of these are they're just kind of scattered about close to the northern and southern latitudes around the poles. And what I've seen is interesting, and just it's caught my eye. And again, I've not looked at it this much. I just found it quite interesting that the neutron counts have been going up for a while now. Well, since the 17th, these charts go back to the 17th. So make what you will of it. Kind of interesting to study, I guess, and see if it has any relationship to any other things that are going on. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that, and I'm going to try to put links below. I normally don't do that because I just haven't. I need to try to learn to, because I know people would like to be able to look up their own stuff too. So anyway, again, cosmic rays, neutron counts on the rise. They're about to level off, but they've been rising for 10 days anyway. Quick look at the induction magnetometer in Gacona, Alaska at the HAARP research facility. It's almost eerily quiet now. And of course, what is it? We say it's eerily busy. Now it's eerily quiet. You know, there's never it's normal. What is normal on HAARP? We did have some just kind of a striation of a PC1 pulsation right around 0 UT day, the beginning of the 26th. Otherwise, just some really low frequency banding going on. Our 2.5 area right here, 2.5 hertz area, is quiet right now. See a little there, and that's what I usually look for whenever I'm looking to do a little earthquake study. Here's a look at the magnetic conditions on the sun. Again, white showing one polarity, black showing the opposite polarity. The biggest one that's been making a noise lately, and again it's kind of still just rotating into view, is 1445 down here, and it does have quite a bit of mixed up polarities here. And generally when you have them separated but not too far separated, like white from black or whatever, then you can get your flaring, where one like jumps to the other and the flare comes off. 1444 up here is also of note. It's actually in geoeffective position. It's perilously close, I don't even know if that's a word, to 1442. These two will obviously bear watching. 1443 is not too much to look at. In fact, it's not much to look at all, kind of like our new spot down here. 1438, see how all the black's on this side and it's mostly all white on this side? Well, that means it's a relatively stable spot. There nothing more than alpha configurations or beta configurations on this map right now, so there's no like double type or triple type of magnetic configurations of any of these spots as of this morning anyway. So right now I would just say there could be some low level C activity. If this one begins to get itself together, we're going to see some stuff out of it. Our old friend that's transiting the backside of the sun that gave 2 weeks non-stop flaring, I believe it was 1429, will be coming around probably later this week. We'll see what it's doing. It's been blowing off. CME is on the backside of the sun, that's for sure. Okay, now we're going to jump into Earth weather, and this is today's forecast map, which is just kind of a general forecast map that that NOAA puts out, National Weather Service, the Hydrometeorological Prediction Center, actually. we do have an area, a potential for severe thunderstorms up here today in the Dakotas, and that would be due to this warm front probably advancing north a little, and some wraparound energy here. Uh, the Most of the east coast is covered in high pressure with cold air to the north of this front and warm air to the south. And I can tell you it's warm. It's like it's been getting into the 80s again down here in Texas. Next storm system to come in is already beginning to show up as rain and snow in Southern California, northern parts, and also and up into Portland or into Oregon and Washington. This will be the next rainmaker or storm to talk about. Right now, since the storm itself is still offshore, we can only go by satellite measurements, and we don't have any actual real ground-based measurements to know how strong it is. But we'll take a look at it here on the satellite. Okay, here's the water vapor satellite. This is from the College of DuPage, the Next Generation Weather Lab, their Next Lab Weather. Great place to get all your weather information. I really like them. I've been using them for many years. And of course now it updates while I'm sitting here talking, so let me put this back on. I like to put the Vapor 1 on to show you what I'm looking at. Here's the storm system that's coming into the west coast now. This is just a little piece of it that's rolling in. You can see that there's a bigger part here coming in. This is the high that's sitting over this part. Remember, high pressure goes clockwise and low pressure goes counterclockwise. So you can see this again is the storm, and this is what, since this is right on the edge of this jet right here, that's why there's going to be a slight risk of some severe weather in the Dakotas, mainly probably some straight line winds and maybe some large hail in that. Again, the rest of the nation over here covered by high pressure, as you can see, and then the low coming in to the west. It's going to give Texas, down here where I am, maybe a chance of rain by the end of the week. Computer models are not agreeing too much on anything right now, and what's new that far out. But anyway, pretty obvious to see though. We've got, this is almost like an omega block. We've got what's called, that's an actual term in meteorology, an omega block. It looks like the Greek letter omega, because the air, it comes in, goes up, goes down. Anyway, here's all your moisture, folks. Here's a look at the jet stream at 300 millibars. That'd be in the 30 to 40,000, 50,000 feet area. Heights differ with, or the depth of height. When I say 300 millibars, sometimes that could be 40,000 feet, sometimes that can be 33,000 feet. Anyway, why I'm rambling off on that, I don't know. I tend to do that. Anyway, here we go. Here's the big storm again off of the west coast. See, we don't really have any sampling going on in here from like ground base. Like, we know that this is taken from ground base observations, all this stuff here. The computer has to guess at what's happening out here. So once this gets on land and or swings more in, we can start sampling more of it. We'll have a better idea of how strong it's going to be once it gets in. Again, that's where it showed on the previous map, where I was showing you the rain and snow coming into the west. That's that. We've got the dip here, and again, here's kind of the omega again. Upper level high pressure, surface low here, but it's a kind of a warm low. There's a little jet activity there, but again, the main weather is probably going to be, remember when I talked about how when winds spread out, when the upper level jet stream begins to part, like it's going this way and then part of it goes this way, where you find that part, that's where you get the potential for severe weather a lot of times. And I think that's probably going to be the case here in the Dakotas later on today. Again, strong northerly jet going off the coast of, I guess that would be up there in Canada somewhere. I can't think of where it is right now. Anyway, moving on. Just showing that is a pretty strong high when you've got winds that are pretty decent at this altitude. Those are 100 to 130 knot winds probably. So there are some decent winds. Again, Texas is down here in the dry, high pressure system here. So it looks like it's just going to be kind of a warm and windy week down here in Texas. Here's the day one convective outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, and they have the bullseye for severe weather again in the Dakotas, like I was talking about. Now they have a just general thunderstorm activity area that goes from West Texas all the way, of course, into Canada and wraps back around. So you can see that this is part of this little storm system that's riding the northern jet that's going over. Anyway, this area is going to probably experience some straight line winds, some large hail, and as I always say, if you have a severe thunderstorm, you generally can't rule out the possibility of a tornado. I don't see big tornadoes set up here, but just when there's a severe thunderstorm warning in your area, just pay attention and know what's going on. And large hail can kill people. There's been people that have been hit in the head, and there's been people that have had broken bones from hailstones. So hail is nothing to sneeze at, and neither is straight line winds. But anyway, that's your area to keep an eye on today. Tomorrow that area kind of stretches over, and really that's because this storm will be headed off to the north to catch up with all the strong jet stream up here. We see a little bit of the green coming on shore, showing up as decent thunderstorm activity, so that's always interesting to see that way up there on the northwest coast. Again, the same setup here, and now this is going to be along that front. There should be a front that's trying to form, and it's going to be going back and forth. So along here, again, you've got straight line winds and potential hail. So that's all I've got for now, and it's amazing that I can say so much of nothing in 12 minutes, it seems like. I try to make these short because I know I get bored. Sometimes I'm sitting watching someone's YouTube video, but I hope y'all don't get bored with mine. Anyway, and I hope that you find them useful. So that's it from Dallas, Texas for today, unless anything changes. So y'all have a good one.